Tuned in to Above All I Show, giving the scoop and the latest on how the story goes. Broadcasting from Vegas in case you didn't know. Worldwide Great Commission, that's the gospel. Discussing topics that standard is righteous living. Bumping them bangers and interviewing different Christians. Who's hot, who's not, does it really matter? It's his hop, non-stop, focus on the ladder. Stay tuned to the dial and turn that volume up. This faith radio, Jesus is who we lifting up. So in your ears, we gon' be here for a minute. It's my bro D-Road, he bout to come with it.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, y'all? This is your boy Damascus, and I am back in Vegas, man, charged and ready to go. I got some great updates I want to share with you guys. I learned a lot when I went out to this conference, and just stay tuned, man. We're going to touch on a few things. I'm also going to have a couple of artists later today who are going to join me. But before we get into all that, man, I want to go ahead and share some announcements. Yes, we are a Christian club ministry, Club His Hop. We started in Las Vegas about 7 years ago. We just stepped out in faith and we started doing gospel hip hop concerts out here in Vegas, and the show just began to grow, man. We began to share the light in Vegas, and God used that light to shine throughout all the nations, and that allowed us to travel now. So we've opened up clubs in different cities, different locations. Evansville, Indiana was the first club to come online, and we got Tampa, Florida coming soon, and Indianapolis is coming at you with a back to school event. As a matter of fact, I got to get that flyer and add it to this. But yes, we are a Christian club ministry. Our purpose is to provide a positive environment to listen to some live music, some live shows, plays, poetry nights, all that type of stuff. And at the same time, we are going to clean up the airwaves, man, clean up the media. We're taking it back for the Lord. And so we need your help. And you can help us by downloading the app, the His Hop radio app. We are streaming 24/7, man, and our promise is to keep you in the mind of Christ, man. We're bumping that holy hip hop in your ear. And also we have different genres. We are networking with other radio stations on the app. It's like a Christian TuneIn or a Christian iHeart Radio type of an app. And so because of that, we want to give you a full page. Yes, we have a full page advertisement available for you in the digital mall. So just get in touch with me. You can see the email address right there on the flyer, director@hishopnation.com, and we will give you a full page that will include your bio, your YouTube videos, your website, your photos, whatever, anything you want to promote, your booking information, all that will be headed to you on the digital mall. So once you get the promoter and they want to go ahead and get the perfect artist for their event, they'll see your information and they'll give you a call, man. It gives you another platform. And speaking of Club His Hop, Evansville, Indiana, check them out the first Saturday of the month for their lip sync battle. Also, they have events every month as well. They got some big events planned, man. I'm telling you, they're up and going. And like I said, Indianapolis is about to come online as well. So I want to give God thanks and praise for everything He's been able to do in and through this ministry. And I do hope that if we are in a city near you, you are able to come out to the shows and you're able to come out and support. So thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for allowing me to get through those announcements, man. I want to share a couple of highlights from the trip I just took. I just went out to Charlotte, North Carolina. I was about to say Charlotte, Evansville, but North Kakalaki, y'all, man. And we had a straight turn up out there. I'm telling you, man, God is doing some amazing things, man. God is going to hit this country hard, man, and we're not gonna know what hit us, man. That's only because God loves us, man. I believe God is coming back soon, and he is using his people, his soldiers, to go out and to get this message out. And so what I have for you, I have some highlights from my trip. There was a young lady that I met, man, and I had a great interview with her, and she had the opportunity to sing for Oprah. And so I want to show you some highlights of that. I'm going to actually show you the video of her singing for Oprah. It's on her Instagram. And of course, I'm going to shout out my brother Son. He met me out there just to go ahead and be a support, man, and to bless me and to help set things up. So I'm going to play that for you in a couple of minutes. But I'm also excited about a couple of things that we've been able to do with this podcast. We are now on Spotify. We're also on YouTube. Well, we've been on YouTube, but you can check us out on YouTube, His Hop Nation. And we're also on the Apple's platform. So you can listen to the His Hop Radio podcast on the Spotify, on Apple, on Google Play, on all these other platforms. So I want to praise God for that. And I also like to shout out my people on the social media. Hey, what's going on? Orlando, what's happening? 24/7. I see you, brother. Your radio station is also on the His Hop Radio app. Thank you for joining us. Swift, what's up, brother? I got your call, man. I got to call you back. Mr. Jones is online, Morio, and everyone else, man. Thank you for joining. Go ahead and hit me up. And also, if you want to call, if you just want to chat it up and talk, that phone number is 775-964-8764. The number is actually down here below me. Just check out the screen if you want to see it and read it. I don't know if it's big enough for you. Give me some feedback if it is or if it isn't. So right now with the first highlight, that's myself and Son. We are actually just pulling up to the spot, trying to figure out where we're supposed to go. So we're walking around like chickens with our heads cut off, you know what I'm saying? But check us out right here. Yo, what's up? We just pulled up. Got my boy Son.
Yo.
What's cracking?
The sun is bright out here.
Right. Yeah, we had to go get our shades, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking some new shades. Someone picked them out for me. But check this out. This is where we're going to be doing the classes. It's a Hilton Resort. Huge. So I'm about to go in here and see what's cracking with it. Find out where we got it set up. What's up, y'all? I made it. I am in Charlotte. We're trying to figure out where we need to go. We just pulled up to the spot. The weather is nice out here too. Yeah, actually it wasn't that bad. The flight was good. As a matter of fact, I fell asleep coming into Charlotte, and then when the plane touched ground, I woke up. Boy, that was some rough turbulence right there. I was telling Son about it. You have to excuse me chewing that gum, man.
This lady next to me sleep too. When I looked over, she was up too, boy.
I just noticed that.
All right, looks like we got a.
So we just pulled up to Charlotte. We're going into the hotel
like
right
an
here.
Indian event.
They had a wedding going on at the same time.
All right, let's see what's going on.
You are listening to the light of Las Vegas. This is the His Hop Radio Show.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna play the whole thing because the rest of the time I was just walking around, not knowing where to go, all that good stuff. But yeah, we just pulled up. My boy Son came in. He drove 7 hours to get there from Florida. And so it was a really nice resort. It was a Hilton resort. They had us in there. and it was awesome actually to be able to network with the caliber of people that were there. We had record labels, executives, we had people from the radio industry. Man, it was great. But I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip right here. This is my sister, man. She sung a song for Oprah Winfrey, and I had a chance to interview her there at the North Carolina Gospel Announcers Gala. So check out this clip of her singing for Oprah.
I love you, Oprah, and I'ma sing to her. I've had some good days and some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. Wait a minute, baby. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I won't complain. All right now. Woo! I love you, Oprah, and I'ma sing to her.
Are you ready?
Are we on the air?
Broadcasting live from the headquarters club. It's hot.
All right, so there you go. She was right there with Oprah, and she took a bold step, man. She said, you know what, I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna sing for you. You know what I mean? And she's hoping that Oprah will call her back. You know what I'm saying? Call her back and get her back on the show, or get her on the Oprah Winfrey show. And you never know, it just might happen. Sometimes when that opportunity arises, man, you got to be prepared. You got to be ready to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? And it was a pleasure talking to my sister. And so here's my quick interview with her. Hey, what's going on, y'all? This is your boy D-Road out here, man. We made this trip out here to Charlotte. I'm telling you, this event is amazing. And I have one of the talented artists that I had a chance to meet a couple of minutes ago online with me. So, Almeda Wortham. Wortham, how you doing?
I'm doing okay today.
All right, Almeda, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about your background, what you do?
A little bit about my background. I'm a graduate of Warren County High School. I'm from Warrenton, North Carolina. Graduate from high school again. Have associates in business management and accounting.
Okay.
And I also I sing. I love to sing. I've been traveling for the last 10 years, maybe more. I got an opportunity to take my daughter to London, England, Ireland, and Wales, and I sung there. It was not an invite of someone. It was just a trip, and they asked me to sing on the bus while we was touring. So I had a very good response. Also, I had an opportunity to sing to Oprah on September the 1st. Oprah Winfrey.
Wow.
I have over 1 million views, and it's still popping right now.
Okay, well, tell us a little about that. How did this opportunity fall in your lap?
The opportunity fell in my lap. I was in Whitesboro, New Jersey, attending a funeral, and I asked my cousin, my husband's cousin, what was going on across the street at the park, and they said Oprah and Stephen was going to be there. And I was just walking, to see can I get close to her, just to say hi. And just something just touched me and said, everybody always saying hi to Oprah. Just go to bailing out. I just bailed out and went to singing. And she stopped me and graced me and pulled me over to her.
Okay.
And asked me what was my name and got me to sing to her again.
Oh, wow.
Yes. It's and before I can get home from Whitesboro, WRAL television station was there to interview me. And people are still going viral with, calling me, asking me how did I get to sing to Oprah. Yes. So it's been a blessing, and I'm still being blessed because right now I'm in Charlotte, like you announced at the North Carolina Gap.
Yeah. National conference.
National conference. And I'm having a great time. I met Choice Sneed. There's so many producers here. That's one of them. My mind is going blank because there's so many. Patti LaBelle's sister. I met Jackie last night. That was her first name.
Wow.
So I'm having a good time.
So that just shows you, man, how powerful this national convention is. And
it's really powerful.
Who you gonna
meet?
Run into, who you gonna meet. Now, before we went live, y'all, I asked her, just try to promote my little stuff. I'm like, hey, have you ever been to Vegas? She says no. And I says, well, have you ever heard the club His Hop? And she said yes. I mean, like, that surprised me.
Yes.
And she's saying her daughter talks about it a lot. Really.
She does talk about it.
Wow. So, man, I tell you what, man, that's encouraging. That's encouraging, really. Amen. Okay, so I'm going to have to ask you, you had the opportunity to get in front of Oprah, which was rare, but you made the most out of that opportunity because obviously you must have sang for her on the spot.
I did.
Okay. And you must have floored her or touched her. You must have an amazing voice to be able to catch her right there on the spot and say, hey, you know what, you're coming to my show and you're going to sing for me.
Yes, I'm waiting for that call, but I know she'll never forget me.
Well, I'm going to ask you, can you sing me right on the spot?
I sure can.
Okay, all right.
I've had some good days and some hills to climb. I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But oh, when I look around and I think over all of my good days, they outweigh my bad days. I won't complain.
Come on, man.
Yes, thank you.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you so much. That's the same words that Oprah told.
Man, wow. Okay. So what? I heard your conversation in there. You're saying that you haven't dropped the project yet. So what are your plans for that?
I'm planning on dropping a project pretty soon because now I know this is real. It's always been real, but I'm pursuing my dream. So now with Pastor Jones, getting me being here at this conference is the most exciting thing. I mean, it's just a blessing. So I know that I'm gonna get the input that I'm looking for someone to sign me.
Come on.
Sign me, and then I will be able to do my CD, and just minister to it. Like Mr. Todd said, you got to be ready to do this groundwork. You got to be ready. You got to be ready, up and running. And I am ready because God has put me. He put me in the place with Oprah on that day, and I was supposed to be at Apollo that day. Wow. So I took it upon myself, and I said, Lord, I'm going to pursue my dream. I went to Whitesburg, New Jersey. I was there for a funeral. But on that note, as they said in the panel, He put you at the right place at the right time. And that's what happened to me.
Come on, man.
Yes.
The Apollo, woo, that ain't nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's not nothing to sneeze at. But we had death in the family, which my husband aunt had passed. So I really, I was feeling a little bad about not going. But God had something else in plan. He had something else on his table and another step for me to step in, and I just walked.
Amen. Amen. Wow. Amazing. Okay, so I also heard the conversation about your social media. You have you set it up yet, or are you ready to set it up?
No, my daughter. On that note, when Oprah had someone to take me, and if you go to Oprah's page now, you can go to my page, Almeda, ALMEDA.WORTHAM, and you can see it. But on that note, I didn't have an Instagram page. My daughter got a call from someone from California, and they said, girl, Mama Wortham is on Instagram. And I looked at my daughter, I said, what is Instagram? And she said, Mama, we've been to find out. So she had a page. She opened it up, and she made me a page.
Okay, now you mentioned that your video has over 3 million.
It has 1,000,002 something. It's over 1,000,000 and something. And I looked at it just a few minutes ago. It went up another 8,000.
Okay, so share the link to that video. Where can we go to see this video?
It's Almeda, ALMEDA .WORTHAM, Instagram. And you can also follow me on Facebook. Same name, Almeda Wortham.
And when you see the video on your,
you will see it on my. You'll see the video on Facebook. But it's best to go to Instagram, and you'll see it right on Instagram.
Okay.
And please go share it, tag me, message me. I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. As soon as my phone charges, I'm gonna go see this video. Over 1 million views already.
Yes.
And is this the actual video of you singing for Oprah?
Yeah, actually video. I'm singing for Oprah because the young girl was in there. Wait a minute, honey. I was already in my moment. Praise God that I had that opportunity to sing to Oprah. Because a week before that, I was braiding my grandkids' hair and I was telling them, when you feel at your last moment, sometimes you're feeling down. And I told my kids, I said, I'm going to be on that television. I'm going to be a millionaire. God flipped it. He had me singing to a billionaire. And I'm still grateful. I'm going to be humble. I'm going to keep it humble. I want to be able to bless people who wants to hear me. And I just want to be humble in it. That's all I want to do.
Amen. I tell you what, man. First of all, it's a beautiful spirit.
Yes, thank you.
You know what I mean? God will exalt the humble.
Yes.
He resists the proud. And secondly, to have the boldness and to be able to act.
Yes.
Sometimes we freeze when we always say we want to do this and that and the other, but when the opportunity arises, we freeze.
Oh, not Almeda.
What we're supposed to do.
Not Almeda.
But you jumped right on it, and now you're reaping the fruits of that, reaping the benefits of that. And so, man, well, I tell you what, we definitely we're going to support you. We're going to share the video. We're going to go to your social media links, and we're going to try to see if we can get the 1 million or 2 million.
Yes, and also I'm on Foxy 101.
What is that?
That's a radio station in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay.
So Foxy, and they videoed me, and that went viral.
Okay, so do you have a radio show, or you were?
No, I don't have a radio show. Okay. No, not yet.
Okay.
That's coming.
All right.
It's coming. I just want to be humble. Whatever God has placed in my path, I want to take those steps as humble, not rushing, and not getting a big head, because the table is spread for all of us.
Yeah.
And I don't have to have a big piece of it. I can just have a little piece.
That's enough for everybody.
There you go.
Okay, well, real quick, why don't you give me a quick drop from my radio station? Basically what you do, you say your name, then you say you're listening to His Hot Radio. His Hot Radio, Christian hip hop station. And then we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Again, my name is Almeda Wortham, and I am listening to hip hop radio station. Hip hop radio station.
We gotta do it one more time because it's His Hot.
His hop.
You're close.
His,
yeah.
okay.
This guy.
His hop. Okay.
The devil gave it to God.
Okay.
His Hot.
Ready?
Ready.
Hello, everyone. My name is Almeda Wortham, and I am sitting here now, and I am listening to His Hop Radio Station. Bye-bye.
All right, y'all.
I'm taking this with me.
Okay, yeah, you can take a couple.
Yeah, my daughter will be like, Mom. So
all
this
right,
will be
I'll
on
be back in a few minutes with some more interviews. So keep it locked in His Hot Radio.
Thank you so much. So this, I can see.
You are listening to the light of Las Vegas. This is the His Hop Radio Show.
All right. We are back. And that was Almeda Wortham. I had the opportunity to interview her I had an opportunity to meet her, to chop it up with her. And I tell you what, man, she has a beautiful spirit. If you just Google her name, you will see that she's been on the New York Times. She has been on the big networks just from this one act, this one opportunity. She said that she was going to go out and she was going to sing for Oprah. And she's determined to be a millionaire. And I say that she is well on her way. But what I want to say, what I mentioned to her, is that she did not freeze. When the opportunity came up and Oprah was in front of her, she was standing right there. And trust me, she had security guards. I imagine that a lot of us, we would have been intimidated. You know what I mean? We would have been intimidated. We would have probably allowed that opportunity just to pass us by, or we would say, hey, you know what, I can never do this, or we would begin to doubt ourselves. But look at our sister, man. She took advantage of this moment, not knowing what Oprah would have done. Oprah probably would have pushed her to the side. You know what I mean? Or Oprah, she could just grab her security guards and say, you know what, this person here, you know what I'm saying, get them out of my presence. You know what I mean? I don't want to deal with this person. Who knows? She could have been rejected. She took a big chance, and that could have went the other way. I mean, she could have had 1 million views for getting dissed by Oprah, but she took that chance. She said, you know what, I'm going to jump out there and I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity. And it is paying off for her. So I want some crowd participation, y'all. I want y'all to either call in or give me a comment. Tell us about an opportunity that you either capitalized on or an opportunity that you allowed to slip out of your fingers. And tell us, what would you do differently if you had an opportunity like my sister? You know what I mean? So while you're getting ready to call, the number is 775-964-8764. Once again, that's 775-964-8764. That is the number. While you're getting ready to call in and talk to your brother, I'm gonna go ahead and just share a few updates and a few changes that I'm making to our ministry out here, and a couple of things that we are doing. I said it earlier, I'm gonna say it one more time, man. You can catch us now on Spotify, catch us on iTunes, YouTube, Google. We're on a lot of different platforms now, but of course we want you to catch us on the main platform, and that is His Hop Radio. Download that His Hop Radio app in your app store. We are like the Christian hip hop TuneIn app. We have different Christian hip hop stations now that are airing on the app. We also have some traditional praise and worship music. We have all type of varieties. We have a podcast that is playing on there 24/7 now. We have a lot of media for you, and if you own a radio station, or you have a podcast, or you have any type of media, a broadcaster, podcaster, you would like to get on the app, just hit me up, let me know, and we can do that for you. We can definitely get you in there. A couple of things that I want to do now. I'm going to touch on more topics as we bring these segments to you, and I'm talking about the His Hop Radio podcast now. It's the His Hop Radio podcast. We're going to touch on things like church hurt. You know, there's a lot of people, they've been hurt by church, but that church hurt caused them to walk away from their relationship with God. There were some people, some churches that may have misrepresented God to certain people, and now they're blaming God. God has a bad rap, and they think that God, they want to relate to God the way the church has treated them. No, that is not the case. That's why we have to go and learn the word for ourselves. That's why we have to get into the word of God for ourselves. So we're going to talk about church hurt. We're going to talk about the music industry. Like I said, man, I learned a lot at this conference, and there's a lot of people, especially CHH, man. We need to come together. We need to learn how to make it in the music industry. Is the music industry dead? Is radio dead? Putting your music on social media and different things. What should you do? What do you need to do to get noticed and to get your music out there? That is another segment that we're going to talk about on the show. As a matter of fact, I have an artist I'm going to get with a little later that I met. I met a lot of people at this conference. Like I said, shout out to the North Carolina Gospel Gala. Also, shout out to Brie Miles. Shout out to Donna Miles. Man, they put this thing together. They definitely hooked it up. It was awesome. Shout out to my boy Arfaxed. He is over the North Carolina Gala, and we partnered with them. Yes, Club His Hop in the house, baby. We went out to show support in any way that we could have. I told my sister, I said, look, I'm coming to serve. You know, I don't care. It's not about Club His Hop. It's not about His Hop Radio. It's about God's kingdom. So if you need me to clean toilets, you know what I'm saying? I'm here to serve. And so I really got blessed, man. I really got blessed by going out there. We have more events that are coming up, more events that we want to share with you. So, are you going to share the opportunity, share with us, or if you just want to get on here and talk to me? You know, I don't want to just hear my own voice, y'all. Give me a call, 775-964-8764, 775-964-8764. So, I'm back in Vegas, y'all, and I want to tell you a little bit, share a little bit more about my event. I was invited to sponsor this North Carolina Gospel Gala out in Charlotte, and this was my first time going to Charlotte. So my boy Son, he met me at the airport as I came to town, and the timing was just right, man. He got the time. He drove 7 hours to meet me. He came from Florida. So he met me, picked me up, and we were cruising a little bit. We got to the hotel, and you know, we couldn't check in because it was like 9 in the morning. So I couldn't check in until about 1 o'clock. So we went down to the Hilton over there where this event was being held, and I was able to get in to some of the classics, some of the panels, the topics that we were discussing. I was able to ask a few questions with the panel, and my boy Troy from 3HP, he was there. One of the executives from RCA record label, she was there. We had some radio industry personalities. They were there. Some of their names slipped my mind at the time. Blame my heart, not my head, because I'm bad with names anyway. I got to hear your name like 3 or 4 times before it actually locks in. And so if we ever meet and I forget your name, man, don't get upset. Don't get upset, man. But anyway, so we had some good questions, man. My question for the panel, for the record label. Now, this record label executive, she has been able to break some big names out there. If I began to drop names, you would know these artists, who they are. But she was talking about doing it now in 2019. You know, how are the artists going to get out there? How are the labels able to break these artists? And then I came to her and I asked her, gave me the mic, and I asked her from a venue point of view. I told her that, you know, I'm a venue owner. I'm in the process of opening more venues in different cities. These are gospel venues, you know, gospel hip hop, gospel rock. When it doesn't matter, rhythm and worship type music. But we want to create a positive environment, fun environment, because we're after the youth and young adults. and they're seeing how the millennials, the youth and young adults, they're walking away from church. They're walking away from different ministries. You know, how can we keep them and how can we lock them in? And so as we were talking, you know, I asked her, I said, hey, as a venue owner, sometimes my events don't go well. You know, it's hit and miss. You know, sometimes I've had some artists with a decent ministry, decent name, but people just don't come out. They don't support. And sometimes I have artists, of course, the artists with the bigger names, they're going to draw the crowd. But sometimes I've seen events where the artists with the bigger names, they didn't get a crowd. And so I asked her, I said, well, who is responsible? You know, is it the artist? Should the artists take a more positive role? Should they take more of a enroll as far as should they get more involved in promoting their events when they're going to different cities? Or is it the venue's fault? Should the venue be solely responsible for drawing the crowd and getting the people out, getting excuse my language, but putting butts in seats so that these artists can get exposure? And one of the people in the crowds, you know, the guy who was moderating the questions and stuff, he had a quick answer, and his answer basically was, well, it's the venue. You know, if the venue can't get the people out, if the venue can't draw the crowd, then the artist is not going to want to come to your establishment, because the venue is supposed to build up the crowd. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I agree 100% with that answer. And then the guy who was over, or fact said, the guy who was over the conference, the national conference, stepped up, and he said himself, he says, you know what? I put this event together. This is a national event, and I didn't get the support that I was looking for. And I promoted and I did what I needed to do for this event. And so the record label, they chimed in, and they were saying that, you know, one is building relationships and also putting your brand out there, building your brand. We're going to talk about building brands. We're going to talk about all this stuff, man, on our podcast. Make sure you go to Spotify. Make sure you go to iTunes. Make sure you go to YouTube, follow and subscribe, because we're going to talk about these hard questions. You know, is the music industry dying? I'm talking about, I'm going to different cities in different areas, and they're all struggling with the same thing. Are they getting the support that they need? Is the radio industry dying? What do you need to do to survive? What do you need to do to make it today? Because people still listen to music. When I go to work or when I go for a ride, I'm in my car, I'm always hearing music 24/7. So people, it's not like people are not listening to music anymore. But I want to get your input. You know what I mean? Who do you think is at fault if a venue, I'm gonna put myself out there, Club His Hop, we've been grinding for 7 years, and we've had some events that I would have to say they were not successful from a promoter point of view. Now, when it comes to God and ministry and doing it for the kingdom, now that was tight. That was off the hook. You know what I mean? Because what we do for Christ does not go in vain. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking as far as a promoter. Of course, each promoter and the artist. And let's talk about the industry itself. They want people to fill the seats. You know what I mean? They want people to buy their tickets. They want all this stuff. But when it doesn't happen, what's going on, y'all? Let's talk about it. Let's have this discussion. When it doesn't happen, whose fault is it? Yes. Okay. All right. The phone lines are open. So these are some of the things that we're going to touch on. We're going to talk about. We're going to get her swag on, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? All right, I'm just stalling, man. Send me some comments or give me a call. It's 775-964-8764. 775-964-8764. Let me see who's on here with me. Hey, shout out to Miss Goldie. Miss Goldie, I see you out there. Go ahead and give us a call, Miss Goldie. Call in and give us your input. Give us your 2 cents. Orlando, I see you out there, my brother. I'm calling you out. Go ahead and give me a call. To God be the glory. And so, okay, I'm just messing around right now with some of my stuff. My sound effects stopped working for some reason. Oh well. Okay, so all right. So during this trip, I got up. We had a chance to ask our questions. We had our chance to. I asked him. Then we talked about the radio industry. You know, is the radio industry still important for artists to submit their music to get their plays and to chart? Of course, you know, we want our music to count. You want your music to get charted. You want your music to get recognized. And so there are 2 categories of radio. There's some radio that report, and there are some radio stations that do not report, and some radio stations that are monitored. His Hop Radio, we are in the monitored category, and her advice was to send it to all of them. Send your song to the radio stations that report and don't report. Some artists, they'll say, well, if you don't report, I'm not going to send it to your station. She was saying that's a mistake because you can still get a buzz out there for your song. You can still get listeners to hear your song. You can still get the word out there, you know, and get the exposure from these other radio stations, even if they're not monitored or if they don't report. And so she has some good advice concerning that. And they have some good tips on how to get paid. Get paid for your music, get paid for your song, and all that good stuff. And if you tune in to our next show, go ahead and subscribe to our podcast. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to our YouTube, His Hop Nation on YouTube. Or download the His Hop Radio app. All the links are on that app, His Hop Radio, in your app store, your iPhone, your Android, and also on your Windows devices. Get connected, and we will tackle all of these topics and all of these subjects together. You know what I'm saying? And so we had a great concert, man, a nice cypher. We had some amazing things, man, that we were able to do at this conference. And let me see here. Let me see something. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with Brie Miles, man. She really, I tell you what, man, she is standing for integrity in this industry. She is one of the soldiers that is still doing it for the Lord, man. She's still standing up for God. So I'm gonna give you a snippet of that. Check it out. If you want to call, go ahead and give us a call. The phone lines are open. Once again, that number is 775 964-8764. So check this out as we get ready to wrap it up, y'all.
Because in the South, we get down. I want y'all to worship the Lord like you never worshiped before. If you want breakthrough in any area of your life, take this moment to focus your heart on Jesus Christ. And remember the authority he gave you when he died for you. Then when he rose for you, you're now seated in heavenly places. Let's get it, baby. This song is called Tiffany. What I need the people of God to do it. Let me see you clap. You let the Lord hear. Let me see you clap. Let's get it, man. I'm tipping on you, you know that I'm tipping. I'm tipping on you. Y'all gotta worship the Lord. I'm tipping on you. I'm tipping on you, you know that I'm tipping. I'm tipping on you. I'm tipping on you. I wanna be a working. I wanna go working. I'm working. But I'm not getting what I'm saying. Look at the vision that you put on. Anything that you can put on. And tell me how many times you got good. At 25, on the high price. Skip the ring. I'm price. I'm tipping on you. I'm tipping on you. I'm tipping on you. I don't know why you keep betraying me. I don't know how you do it, but you know that you're right. That's what's right to me. Taking their people, they know that they ain't. That's what's right to me. Everything I do, I do for y'all. I'm a ball, I'm a ball hard. You not with me. So, y'all, alright, y'all. People of God, I just need y'all to sway. Slide to slide, slide to slide, slide to slide, slide to dust. Come, look, you go. You better praise God however you do. You can jump. You can back that down. You let this girl like a B&B. You get slung. They're blowing in the wind. Go back team. Ain't no way we gon' win. Pop up. All these haters, they don't know who that is. On this up, on this hot. Have you hitting? Bitch like John. I'm the girl you've been waiting on. The one who the industry takes a vacation on. The one who you've been running watch her come back. So the sling is back in her first reincarnation. Manifestation with female artists wasn't naked. It's no style giving you like that. 20 times what you want. I give a piece, give them this piece. There is no way you can even compete. I can forever, yeah, absolutely. Steady plotting, I want. Father, Spirit, Son, finish it done. Overtake, I'm burning tongue. Alright, y'all. Wait with me. Slide to slide. Slide to slide, slide to slide, slide to slide. It goes slide to slide. 1, 2, 3, jump, go. Y'all better praise God. Y'all better praise Him. I'm tipping. We ain't come to play off of it. We ain't come to play with it. I'm tipping. I don't think they're ready for the people of God.
Broadcasting live from the headquarters, Club
His Hop.
Man, now was that hot or what? I'm telling you, man, that was just a little sample of what went down during this conference. My sister, man, shout out, man. That's my baby sister, man. She's always tearing it up, man. She's always standing for righteousness, and she's standing for the kingdom, and she's got some mad skills, man. I tell you, if you've never seen her praise, her stage performance, her stage presence, you are missing out, man. Make sure you go out and support Brea Miles. Her social media is always Brea, B-R-E-A, always Brea Miles. Make sure you follow her, check her out, and get all that good stuff. All right, y'all. Well, I'm your boy Damascus, coming at you from the headquarters, Club His Hop Las Vegas, His Hop Radio Las Vegas, coming at you from the His Hop Nation. Keep it locked to His Hop Radio. Make sure you download the His Hop Radio app, and make sure you go and subscribe to the His Hop Radio podcast, now available on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere where you can find a podcast, man. Go ahead and look up His Hop Radio Podcast, y'all. All right, now we will come back, Lord willing, and remember, it's not about us, it's all about the Christ that is in us.